Should we expect to see sale prices in the Fraser Valley start to finally decrease, even though we just saw a 0.25% rate decrease from the Bank of Canada? In this video, I'm going to go over my projections for what I think we should expect to see for sale prices, as well as some other trends that I'm seeing currently in the market to help best prepare you guys, whether you're a buyer or a seller. But before I dive into all this information, if you guys could hit that like and subscribe button to help me get my videos out to more people like you that want to be kept up to date in the Fraser Valley real estate market, that would be greatly appreciated. Just a reminder, if you guys ever want to book a call with me, whether that be a Zoom call or a phone call, you can do so by clicking the link in the description below, where you can book a 30-minute call with me. The Bank of Canada, for the first time in just over 10 months, announced a rate decrease. The rate decrease was 0.25%. So the overnight lending rate was at 5% and it's now at 4.75%. So what does this mean to you? And how does it translate into your mortgage? So if you have a variable rate, you can expect your payments to go down by $15 for every $100,000 of mortgage you owe on your property. For example, if you have a $1 million mortgage, you can expect to see your payments decrease by $150. Now, if you have a variable static payment, you're going to see the amount between principal and interest change. So you can expect to see more of your monthly payments go towards principal as opposed to interest. If you're in a fixed rate, your payments won't change. But if you are looking to get pre-approved, or maybe your mortgage is coming up for renewal, this rate decrease will definitely affect you. If you're getting a pre-approval, you should expect to be pre-approved for a little bit more. And if you're refinancing, your payments won't be as high when you go to renew and lock in for your next mortgage term. Generally, when we see rates decrease like we just saw, we can expect buyers to come back into the market and consumer confidence to increase. However, in my own personal experience, that wasn't necessarily the case for me. So I have 3 listings right now and they're all over the map. One's in Coquitlam, it's a detached, one's a townhome in Langley, and the other's a condo in South Surrey. And what they all have in common is that they're show well, they're priced well, and we are getting consistent showings on the properties. However, there's just no call to action for the buyers. And I think that also goes into another trend we're seeing is a lot of active listings on the market right now. Buyers have a lot of choice. The other factor that's contributing to their lack of call to action right now is that buyers know that they can expect rates to continue to decrease from now until about the end of 2025. That's what economists are predicting. Knowing that information and the fact that there's a lot of supply doesn't necessarily make a buyer want to jump on a property. However, there's going to be a point where rates go down enough that buyers will start to come forward, and we should expect sales volume to increase, which will decrease the total amount of active listings throughout the Fraser Valley and Greater Vancouver region. Active listings are up 42% from this same time last year. It's also 19% above the 10-year average for where we're used to seeing active listings at. And I believe it will lead to us starting to see sale prices decline despite the Bank of Canada's decision to decrease interest rates. The amount that they increase the overnight lending rate isn't keeping pace with the active listings that we're seeing in our local market of the Fraser Valley. I'll show you what I mean by the amount of active listings we are seeing in our marketplace. So right now, for all price ranges and all property types, you can see active listings were very low, and that's why we were seeing the multiple offers and the increase in sale prices as we did. Market started to soften, so we saw the active listings start to accumulate. In recent times, you can see here that they're really starting to pick up. So they've just been on a constant incline here. If all things are equal, generally when we go into the summer months, it's not a busy time for sales. A lot of buyers are out of town on holidays, so I think that this trend is going to continue upward. That was for all property types. If I select detached for the Fraser Valley, it follows a similar trend, and the same goes with apartments and townhomes as well. We have been seeing slower seasonal sales. So for this time, usually it's the spring market just finishing off, and it's been very, very busy. However, this year it's not been the case. And the slow sales that we've been seeing have also attributed to the increase of active listings. Because there's so many active listings on the market right now, we are for the first time in a while in officially a balanced market. Usually we're used to a seller's market. So that just means the absorption rate is a lot higher in a seller's market, and there's more demand. A balanced market's almost like a buyer's market in my opinion because there's so much choice out there for buyers. May sales were 21% below the 10-year sales average throughout Canada. And again, this is very rare to see for this time of the year. Here is the 10-year average, and you can see right now we are still slightly below it, and we have been since the market started to cool off after the peak in March of 2022. We'll talk to you guys about sale prices now. I've got average sale prices here for all property types in the Fraser Valley. We can see here that they have been on an increase with the exception of the month of April, and then they started to peak back up. Average prices can be a bit skewed, especially when sales volume has been low like it has been in recent months. So I don't love using average sale prices. For all property types, benchmark prices here, which is a way better reflection of what's actually happening. We can see that they have been quite steady. Detached homes were at 1,526,000, and in the most recent month of data we have, they did still increase to 1.53. Apartments we can see are 555,500 in April, did decrease slightly. Townhomes were sitting at 854,000 in April, and in the most recent month, 853. But generally, what I think is going to happen is that these benchmark prices are going to see a slight decline over the summer months, and usually in the fall, we start to see more buyers jump back into the market. Now, there is another rate announcement happening in July, and that's going to be a big indicator as well for what we can expect in fall 2024. The same thing goes for benchmark prices on a national level. So we can see here peak of the market, and then sale prices decline quite rapidly. They did start to recover in 2023, and they tapered off, and I believe that this is going to just continue to plateau, if not fall slightly, and that's again just purely based on the amount of inventory that we're starting to see accumulate. And then again, that rate announcement in July is going to have a big indicator on what the fall market's going to look like, and it'll also set the tone for the start of 2025. Here's the Bank of Canada rate announcement schedule. So this one just happened where we saw the 0.25% decrease. The next announcement is July 24th. There's another one in September, followed by October, and a final one in December. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens in the next 4 announcements for the remainder of 2024. I hope you guys found this video to be helpful. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out or book an appointment with me by clicking the Calendly link in the description below. And again, just a reminder, if you did enjoy my content and you found this video helpful, I would appreciate if you hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.